So time is running out. We've got the September friendlies coming up. Should the United States and Gregg Berhalter call up Alejandro Zendejas?
Yes, you should call him up. And people are going to start naming Christian Pulisic, Timothy Weah, Brendan Aronson, Giovanni Reyna, but we're stacked in the wings, they're going to say, all these fans who are the U.S. men's national team. He's not really a winger. And when he broke out in Liga MX, it was with Necaxa as an interior, as an 8, where he was the highest goal-scoring Mexican in Liga MX. He had his breakout year playing in that position. And when I look at the names, when I look at the depth chart for the U.S. men's national team, in the midfield, you've got 2 locks. Okay, you got Weston McKennie as an 8, and you got Yunus Musa as an 8. Then there's Luca de la Torre, and then you have, wait a second, where am I going here? Because Gregg Berhalter was using Christian Roldan. He was using Sebastian Salazar. There's been a strong cry for people about Jordi Mihailovic and Malik Tillman, and I've been on that train. But if you're telling me,
been mentioned as a potential player in midfield.
To move, right? But if you had to go straight out, just midfielders, this is where I think Zendejas could not only compete and fight for, but maybe push out 1 or 2 guys. So if you're telling me that he can't swim in that very, very shallow end after you're talking about the locks,
wow,
I don't believe you. And through the history of the U.S. men's national team, at least the recent history, we've seen surprises every World Cup cycle. You look at 2014, it was John Brooks, Julian Green. You look at 2010, Robbie Finley, Edson Buttle, your boy. 2006, Clint Dempsey, Jimmy Conrad, was it Eddie Johnson? 2002, Paulo Mastroeni, these 2 kids named DeMarcus Beasley and Landon Donovan, who had like a handful, if that, of World Cup qualifying games. So there's been surprises throughout this history.
All more than Zendejas. All more than Zendejas.
Well, I didn't have more than Zendejas.
You hadn't played more with the national team than he has? He hasn't played at all.
Well, hold on. I didn't have World Cup cycle. I had 0 games in the World Cup cycle. Edson Buttle had 0 games in the World Cup cycle. Robbie Finley had 0 games in the World Cup cycle. This would not be a stretch if you look at the depth. Now, it's a September call-up. You got to see what he can do. And if he's there, and you give him a fighting chance.
Given the fact that it's a September call-up, right? You only call him up if you think he has a chance to make the team, right? You don't have the opportunity or time to waste. There's no future here. This is legit only if he has a chance to make the team. What percentage would you put that at right now? If you look at Alejandro Zendejas, you just listed off all these players in midfield because you don't consider him a winger. What percentage chance would you put it at? I would put it at 0. I would put it at 0% that he makes the team, either as a winger or a midfielder. We can go through that in a sec.
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
He's got more of a chance than I did for the 2010 World Cup before the crazy circumstances that led to me getting on that flight. I mean, because if you look at everything that happened, Eddie Johnson was injured. Charlie Davies got in an unfortunate car accident. Every striker that Bob Bradley had, for some reason, ended up falling out. It was like a crazy turn of events that got me there. I think he's got more of a fighting chance than I did in that time.
Okay, let's look at some of the guys. You mentioned the midfield, right? Weston McKennie, Tyler Adams, Yunus Musa, Luca de la Torre. You didn't mention Kellen Acosta, Roldan, Leggett, Tillman.
Positions.
I mean, he's not really going to he's not going to break into that, is he? And he's certainly not going to break in out wide.
So it's 26 players, right? And you're going to look at players that can offer you what? Versatility?
Yeah, but out wide, it's Aronson, Pulisic, Reyna, Weah, Arriola. So I mean, is he ahead of any of those guys?
Because now you have a player that can play 2 positions, multiple positions, and I think he's very good as an interior. Now, whether he takes him or not, I don't know. But if he takes him, I think he's got a fighting chance of getting on that flight.
All right, what about the other perspective here, which is Zendejas? Because I'm thinking about this from the choices that he has, which are obviously U.S. or Mexico. If you were going to advise him, which would you advise him to pick? Looking at the depth chart you just went through with the United States and thinking about what the competition is with Mexico, i.e., which team needs him more? Because I think it's pretty clear it's Mexico.
It is Mexico. And maybe even for this World Cup with Tecatito Corona out. I mean, Tecatito Corona's out. You're looking at Orbelín Pineda. You're looking at Diego Lainez, and you're looking at Alexis Vega, and that's it. After that, Tata's going with Pizarro. So yeah.
And if you think about midfield, like you said, he's versatile. Maybe he can play midfield. Andres Guardado barely got registered for Betis. Achacha hasn't played in what? Three weeks, almost a month. So there you go. There's a crisis building in that Mexican midfield.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.